All right, what's going on, guys? Trader Kaz here, and this is a we'll call it a TA video talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link. I'll probably look at Utrust, Dot, and XTZ. Um, so let's jump right into it. This one will probably be a little bit longer, maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes. Um, but I'll try and do a mix of these as well as the bite-sized videos, so that sometimes there's quick content you can just easily get to, and then longer stuff where I can kind of give more of my thoughts and just talk markets. So we'll start with Bitcoin. I entered a long yesterday. It was right around here. Had a stop loss there, and we were targeting 19.7. Got stopped out of that one overnight. Woke up around here when it pumped back through and was kind of just waiting for us to get back above the daily open. So now that we're above there and pushing up, I entered in on that candle right around that H4SR level. We also have this 30-minute level that we kind of got back above. And then on the 4-hour, this is a breaker right here, which we dipped into. I thought I marked that, but so Bitcoin's looking good. I still really do think we're going to get 19.7 and maybe some all-time highs before a bigger correction. I think it's entirely possible that we come up here, get through here, and some short liquidations push us up to like 21, and then have more of a bigger pullback, maybe to 17K. Or if we get above and can maintain above 20K, like who knows where this is going to stop or if we're even going to get that pullback. I still lean towards thinking that we will, but I'm not really. I kind of always say I trade if-then scenarios rather than making predictions. Like I could say, oh, I think we're going to pull back to here. Or I think we're going to spike through all-time highs. But it doesn't really matter what I think. It matters what happens and then how I execute based off of that. So have some long runnings on Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're looking to get into Link, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Hourly close in 4 minutes, so we might get confirmation of that. But I'll talk about that one shortly. But like I was kind of saying about predicting versus reacting, if we get above here and start maintaining above, yeah, I'll look for some longs. It doesn't matter that I do still think that we can get some big downside. And even if we do nuke, like it's going to be a stop out of 1 or 2 trades or whatever it is. So I guess what I'm saying is I lean towards us getting a bigger dip to the downside just because I don't think we're going to keep getting a free ride forever. Like if you look at the daily, we've been going straight up for 2 months. Sure, we had this one dip, but we recovered pretty quickly from that. I would say it's healthy for us to pull back to around the 14, 13, 12 area. Like this isn't sustainable growth. Not forever. It could keep going and could go to 25K or something like that. I don't really have any idea what price it's going to go to, but I'll keep playing the trend for as long as we can and be looking to buy spot if we get a big pullback. So yeah, those are my 2 positions here. Looking for 19.7. I'll shed some off, especially of this one. Just in general, I'll take some profit at 19.7 and kind of see how we're doing there. I have limit orders to close some here, and if we do get to 19.7 before 17.9, I officially do not have to eat a lemon. So that'll be another win in the books if we get it. But yeah, like I said, get back above that level, and we can, I'll take some profit when we initially hit it. Let's say we do something like this, start to build some structure, tap it, I'll take some profit. And if we do get a dip into here, I might look to buy support around there, and then a reclaim of that. We'll be looking for even more upside. But that's all a little far out. So all I kind of have fully planned out is that I'll take some profit at 19.7, and if we push higher, we push higher, and we'll go from there. So Ethereum, long on this one as well. We still have this nice hourly level that's lined up with Monday's mid-range, which has acted as a pretty nice pivot. We kind of chopped around it here, but started to get some good interactions. Later had this nice retest, dump, rejection, broke above, a little below again, but now we're getting back above it. I don't know why I need to narrate that because you can obviously see it, but Ethereum looks pretty good to me after sweeping this low. And we're pushing up. So let's see if we can get above this high at 602, above this high at 608. And I mean, I know this isn't a sexy trade, 2R, but I'll absolutely take it if we can get it. And kind of the same thing as Bitcoin, but Ethereum, like this range looks a lot cleaner on Ethereum to me. And also this 620 area, like I won't pinpoint it exactly, but this whole area right here, 618 or 615 to 625. If we can flip that level, get some acceptance above it, there's going to be an enormous amount of upside on Ethereum. So I'm in a full position here. We'll see how we do around the monthly open, and this will turn into a swing trade if we can get back. Sorry, let me kill that. If we can get back above 620, because then targets are going to be this high 640, even up to 700. So I'd call this more of a, I wouldn't really call it a day trade, probably hold it for a day to 2 days, depending on how long it takes to get up there. If it spikes up in one candle, then it's even shorter. But flip 620, and this will kind of evolve into a swing trade. And I'll just kind of trail my stop up instead of taking off a bunch of it. So trail my stop up with the market structure and kind of just play it for as long as I can, because like I said, flip that level and I think we're going to see a ton more upside. So Link, okay. This is what I was waiting for, that hourly close. We still haven't closed above. Maybe this next hour we'll get it. Delete this. I keep having to move it further to the side because we keep getting rejected more. Let me go top down a little bit because we have time. So we still have this inefficiency here. We've got some highs here and here. Those are all possible targets. Daily SR, and that's lined up with this. You can see we're still kind of just trading inside that, but I think narrowing it down to just this line is more accurate, a cleaner way, and more detailed way of defining it. Blue is last week's range, so the weekly range from last week, and then green and gray is Monday's range, but you can see both of those mid-ranges line up really well. And so if we can flip those, then I think there's going to be a ton of upside here. So the way I'm looking to play it is get above Monday's low and enter wherever that ends up being, maybe here. I think a stop right there is fine. If we actually get above that, I don't see any reason why we would have to dip all the way back down here. So I think that stop is safe. You could do it here, which is I think a little more conservative, but either way works. I don't think price has any reason to go back all the way down there. And then if, let's say, we do close above and start pushing up, I would want to see this hold as support and then push further up from there. If we lost this level, I would probably cut it even before it hit my stop loss, because getting back below Monday's low would kind of invalidate my idea. But the amount of times we're rejecting from this hourly level just adds even more significance to it for me, and I think it will hold as even stronger support if we do flip it. So we'll be looking to enter something like this, probably targeting these mid-ranges. I know that's just 1.5R, but this has the potential to be an even bigger trade, because flip this and we'll try and add another position there around the mid-range, targeting Monday's high, and then get above that. We can add another position there, and I would probably target the origin of this dump right there, and then maybe even the weekly range high or last week's range high. And then even further out than that, if alts really start going, we have these targets there. So I do think we could be really close to a bottom here on Link. I think catching it here is kind of the goal, and that's early. And then with every significant level that we get above, we can move our stops up and add more onto the trade. So even if you have a wide stop at the beginning, this trade has plenty of potential to add back on and end up compounding it to be a really big winner. And I like how Link looks from a top-down perspective. So we'll keep an eye on that one, but I think it's getting really close to triggering. I will definitely update Telegram and Twitter. If you're not already in the Telegram, I like to post a lot in there. I cut out some of the noise from Twitter, some of the sarcasm and the goofing off, and just stick to strictly charts. A lot of the stuff will be similar to charts that I post on Twitter, but I like not having a limit on the character count, because that way I can elaborate a bit more. So if you appreciate my TA posts on Twitter, then I'm sure you will also like the Telegram. So I'll put a link to join that in the description of this video. Okay, so I think that pretty much explains Link pretty well. Utrust, I talk about this one quite a bit on Twitter. This is a project that I'm really interested in. We have dipped down into this 3-day demand, and I think that's really drying up. We had all these wicks here. Here we had a bounce. Here we're in it again. We kind of closed below November's low, which doesn't look great. But down here, the 2, 3, 400 sat range that's the place to absolutely load up on this, in my opinion. And it's got a ton of upside, like the project. So we'll see what happens. The more conservative way of playing it would be after we get down there, wait for us to get above here, and then above there. You could look to enter some here and some there. Ultimately, if this does end up running, all three of these spots will be good buy-ins. But I will definitely be buying some spot in this high 200s through 300 sat range, and then play it from there. I'm not really trading this one lower time frames. It's more just looking for areas to buy spot and then managing it accordingly. And if we zoom in here, even if I zoom in a little closer, you can see we've kind of broke down, consolidated around it a little bit. You can see we kind of had a triangle consolidation, broke down, retesting it. So I expect this to sell off, but I'm kind of excited about that, because that means we can get some really cheap spot. DOT, another coin I really like that I'm watching. Like to trade this one because of I don't know, I like the PA on it. It gets okay to solid volume, and also it's a project that I really like. My buddy Trader XO is really high on this, and he kind of got me high on it. So give him a follow if you don't, but he's who put me on DOT. And the chart looks pretty clean. So we have some H4 support right here. Initially tagged it there, swept the low, and we're pushing up. I'm not in this yet, but I think if we break above Monday's low and the weekly open, which soon we'll have a new one, and that'll be last week's weekly open. But once we get that, I think you can, or I will be at least, entering something like this, targeting up here. Or depending if I can get a lower time frame entry, we might be able to have a stop there. Target Monday's high first, or these highs right here. And then if we flip that, look for 580 and just play it from there. But yeah, I just like this sweep into support. nice bounce from it. Want to see this confirm some more bullish market structure by breaking above here. Once it breaks above that, we can look for an entry, maybe even get it around Monday's low, something like this. But I would want to see this low hold. This could probably be a good initial setup right there. So break above that, bullish market structure, pull back to Monday's low, and also we would have this level lining up really nicely with that. So DOT is one I'm looking to get into as well, and so we'll keep an eye on that. So we're looking for entries on Link, DOT, Utrust in a higher time frame, and then this one's pretty. Oh, I don't know what I did there. XTZ, there we go. This one's pretty similar to DOT. Doesn't look quite as clean, but the same idea. If we can get this to break above here, get some nice bullish market structure. I don't know why I made that into an arrow. Tag Monday's low / the weekly open and push up. I think there's a lot of upside. 272, I think, is our high time frame. SR, we swept it a couple times here, broke through, retest, another retest there. So we've tagged this 1, 2, 3 times. This will be our 4th attempt on the way up. So if this one evolved into a swing trade as well, I'd probably be looking for 324 as some resistance. But yeah, that's still a little ways away. So I guess to summarize this one, I'm kind of just looking for the same thing as Link. Some bullish structure, reclaim a Monday's low in the weekly open. A lot of coins are looking like that. It's just XTZ and DOT are two of my favorites in that regard. I think they offer a good amount of upside, and so we'll see. Link, I think on this hourly close, I'll be able to start looking for an entry. So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But I think that pretty much sums it up for this video. Kept it a little under 20 minutes. So hope you guys like these. If they're helpful to you, we can do some more of these ones and mix them in with those bite-sized videos. Have some 2-minute, have some 20-minute, and then maybe eventually we'll get some streams going where I can interact with you guys a little bit more. I'm trading all these perps, ETH perp, Link perp, DOT perp on FTX. So if you guys are enjoying the free content that I'm trying to start pushing out a lot more of, I'd appreciate if you use my FTX link. I'll put that in the description, and I'll put the link to join the free Telegram in the description as well. But yeah, feedback appreciated. Let me know what you guys want to see more of, less of, and I can start catering my content a little bit more to what you guys want to see specifically. So let's do this thing. Let's make some money together, and I will talk with you guys soon.